Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of balancing the scales. When you walk with integrity, when you stand firm in who you are, the world will test you. People will lie on you, betray you, mock you. They will take advantage of your kindness, mistake your humility for weakness, and assume that their actions will never come back to them. What you put out into the world always comes back to you. This is not just a saying. It is a law woven into the very fabric of life. Every action, every word, every intention carries energy. And that energy does not disappear. It circulates, it multiplies, and eventually it returns. Some call it karma, others call it divine justice. But no matter what name you give it, the truth remains the same. What you give is what you will receive. Think back to a time when someone wronged you. They may have lied about you, betrayed you, or treated you like you were nothing. At the moment, it felt unfair, didn't it? You may have wondered why people get away with cruelty, why the dishonest seem to thrive while the righteous suffer. But life has a way of setting things straight. That person who disrespected you, who manipulated you, who stepped on you to elevate themselves, one day they will reap what they have sown. It may not happen immediately, and you may never witness it, but their actions will find them. Likewise, when you put good into the world, it finds its way back to you. The kindness you show, the patience you practice, the love you give, even when it feels unappreciated, none of it is wasted. That person you helped, the words of encouragement you offered, the support you gave when no one was looking, all of it adds up. Sometimes the rewards come in ways you never expected. A door opens when you least expect it. An opportunity finds you. A blessing reaches you at the perfect time. These are not coincidences. They are the return on the investment of your character. This is why it is so important to stay true to yourself. The world will tempt you to match negativity with negativity, to seek revenge, to hold on to anger. But understand this, responding to negativity with more negativity only prolongs the cycle. It keeps you bound to the very energy that tried to break you. When you choose to let go, to rise above, to keep walking with integrity, you free yourself from the burden of their wrongdoing. You trust the process. You allow life to deal with them in its own time, in its own way. But here's the key. Your focus should not be on watching others suffer for what they did to you. That is not your role. Your role is to continue moving forward, to continue growing, to continue becoming the best version of yourself. Their downfall is not your victory. Your victory is in your peace, your success, and your ability to rise above. So remember this. No action goes unnoticed. No energy is lost. What you put out into the world, whether good or bad, will always find its way back. Keep your heart clean, keep your hands steady, and trust that life will handle the rest. When they hurt you, you didn't seek revenge. That alone speaks volumes about your character. It takes real strength to endure betrayal, disrespect, or cruelty and not let it turn you into something you are not. The easiest thing in the world is to react, to strike back, to make them feel the same pain they inflicted on you. But you chose differently. You chose to hold your peace, to walk away, to let life deal with them instead of wasting your energy on payback. That choice was not a sign of weakness. It was a display of power. There is power in restraint, in refusing to let someone else's negativity dictate your actions. When someone treats you poorly, they expect a reaction. They want to see you break, to see you angry, to see you act out of character. But when you remain calm, when you refuse to match their energy, you take away their power. You show them that their actions cannot control you. That is a victory greater than any revenge could ever bring. People who hurt others often do so because of their own internal battles. Their actions are a reflection of what is inside them, not of who you are. They may try to make you feel small, unworthy, or weak, but their words and actions are just projections of their own insecurities. They attack because they are hurting. They betray because they don't know loyalty. They take advantage because they lack gratitude. And when you refuse to engage in their games, when you choose to rise above, you force them to sit with their own issues. That is a battle they can't win because the problem was never you. It was always within them. But let's be honest, choosing not to seek revenge is not easy. It takes patience, it takes discipline, and it takes trust. Trust that life has a way of settling the score. Trust that you don't need to fight every battle. Trust that what is meant for you cannot be taken away by someone else's actions. Walking away doesn't mean you were defeated. It means you understood that some fights are not worth your time. Your energy is too valuable, your future too bright, your peace too important to be wasted on people who never deserved your presence in the first place. And here's the truth. Those who mistreat others always face consequences. It may not happen when you expect it, and you may never see it, but their actions will catch up to them. Life will teach them lessons that you never had to. Meanwhile, you are free. Free to move forward, free to focus on your purpose, free to build a life that is not weighed down by bitterness or resentment. That is your true victory. So when they hurt you and you didn't seek revenge, you made the right choice. You showed them, and more importantly, you showed yourself, that your strength is not in fighting battles that don't deserve you. Your strength is in walking away and letting life take care of the rest. The same people who pushed you down are struggling to stand. That is not by accident. Life has a way of turning tables, of shifting circumstances, of making sure that what goes around truly does come around. The people who wronged you, who dismissed you, who made you feel small, they thought they had won. They thought they could treat you any way they wanted and never face the consequences. But they forgot one simple truth. No one rises by tearing others down. When they mistreated you, they assumed their actions would never catch up with them. Maybe they laughed at your pain, spread lies about you, took advantage of your kindness, or left you stranded when you needed them most. They may have thought they had the upper hand, but life doesn't work that way. You can't walk through the world hurting people and expect to avoid the fallout forever. Eventually, every seed that is planted must grow, and the seeds they planted were full of deception, selfishness, and cruelty. Now, they have to harvest what they sowed. And here's the thing. They probably don't even realize why their life is falling apart. They might be facing setbacks, struggling in ways they never expected, feeling the weight of the same kind of pain they once put on you. But instead of reflecting on their actions, they look around confused, wondering why nothing is working out for them. That's because the lessons they refuse to learn through wisdom, they now have to learn through experience. But this is not about watching them suffer. This is not about keeping score. That's the difference between you and them. When they were in a position of power, they used it to harm others. But you don't need to do that. You don't need revenge. You don't need to celebrate their downfall, because your focus is no longer on them. Your focus is on you, your growth, your healing, your success. The fact that they are struggling is not your victory. Your victory is the fact that you made it through, that you kept going, that you refused to become like them. See, the biggest mistake they made wasn't just mistreating you, it was underestimating you. They thought you needed them. They thought their rejection, their betrayal, their cruelty would break you. But instead, it built you. It made you stronger. It taught you resilience. And now, as they struggled to stand, you are rising higher than ever. That is the real shift. So don't waste your time looking back. Don't waste your energy wondering when or how they will face their consequences. That's not your burden to carry. Life will handle them. Your job is to keep moving forward, because in the end, their downfall is not your success. Your success is in becoming the person they never thought you could be, and that is the greatest response of all. When you carry a good heart, you don't have time for bitterness. That is what separates you from those who wronged you. The world can be cruel, and people will test your patience, betray your trust, and try to break your spirit. But no matter what they have done, you refuse to let it change the core of who you are. That is strength. That is wisdom. That is power. It would be easy to hold on to resentment. It would be easy to replay the pain, to remind yourself of every time you were mistreated, to let anger build inside you. But where would that lead you? Bitterness is a weight, and the heavier you carry it, the harder it becomes to move forward. It eats at your joy, clouds your vision, and keeps you stuck in the past. That is why you refuse to let it take root, because your heart is too valuable, your peace too important, your future too bright to be weighed down by something that does not serve you. Letting go is not about excusing what was done to you. It is not about pretending it didn't hurt or acting like it was okay. No, what happened to you was real. The pain was real, the disappointment, the betrayal, the heartbreak. It all left its mark. But you are not meant to carry it forever. Some people spend their entire lives holding on to anger, waiting for an apology that may never come, hoping for revenge that will never heal them. You are wiser than that. You understand that life moves forward, and so must you. You also know that what is inside of you is greater than what was done to you. A good heart is not a weakness, it is a gift. It allows you to see the world differently, to experience love, to find joy in small moments, to give without expecting anything in return. And no matter who tried to take advantage of your kindness, no matter who thought they could break your spirit, they failed. Because you are still standing, you are still loving, you are still believing in the goodness of life. And here's the truth. Those who live with bitterness do not find peace. They chase after revenge, they dwell in negativity, they keep their hearts closed off, and they wonder why nothing ever changes. But you choose differently. You choose to rise above. You choose to protect your heart, not by building walls of anger, but by understanding that some people were never meant to be part of your journey. Their actions do not define you, your response does. So when you walk with a good heart, you walk with freedom. Freedom from resentment, freedom from negativity, freedom from anything that tries to steal your joy, because life is too short to waste time being bitter. You have too much ahead of you, too many dreams to chase, too much love to give, and that is why you will always be greater than what tried to break you. Let them suffer in the lessons they created for themselves. That is not your burden to carry. When people mistreat you, betray you, or take advantage of you, it is natural to want to see justice unfold before your eyes. You may feel the urge to expose them, to make them feel what they made you feel, to ensure they face consequences. But here's the truth. You don't have to do anything. Life will take care of it. People often believe they can act without consequence, that they can hurt others and walk away untouched. But no one escapes accountability forever. Every action carries weight, and every decision plants a seed that will grow in its own time. Those who caused you pain may not have felt the effects immediately, but that does not mean they got away with it. The lessons they refuse to learn with wisdom will come to them through experience. That is how life works. When you were mistreated, you may have thought it was unfair, and it was. You didn't deserve it. You didn't ask for it. But look at where you are now. You are wiser, stronger, more resilient. You took the pain and turned it into power. But what about them? They are now facing the consequences of their own actions. Whether they realize it or not, the very things they did to you have come back to them in ways they never expected. Maybe the people they once relied on have turned away from them. Maybe the opportunities they thought they had forever have slipped through their fingers. Maybe they are dealing with their own hardships, and for the first time they feel what it's like to be abandoned, misunderstood, or betrayed. That is not your doing. That is not your revenge. That is life teaching them a lesson they could not escape. And here is the key. You don't have to watch. You don't have to check on them. You don't have to celebrate their downfall. That is not your concern. Your job is to move forward, to focus on your own growth, to keep walking the path meant for you. If you spend your time looking back at them, you slow yourself down. You give them space in your mind when they no longer deserve it. Some people only learn through loss. They only understand pain when it happens to them. They only see the damage they cause when they experience it firsthand. And while it may be tempting to step in and say, now you know how it feels, don't. Let life handle them. Let the lessons unfold as they are meant to. Because while they are busy dealing with what they created, you have something greater ahead of you. You have joy, success, and peace waiting for you. And that is worth far more than any revenge could ever bring. So let them suffer in the lessons they created. That is not your weight to carry. Keep moving forward. Keep rising. Keep becoming everything they never thought you could be. Your success, your peace, your joy, that is the greatest response. There is no need for revenge, no need for bitterness, no need to prove anything to those who once doubted you or treated you poorly. The best way to answer the people who wronged you is to live well, to thrive, to become everything they never thought you could be. That is where your true power lies. When you focus on your growth, you take control of your own life. You shift your energy away from the past, away from those who hurt you, and redirect it toward building something greater. Success is not just about wealth or status. It's about fulfillment. It's about waking up every day knowing that you are walking in your purpose, that you are surrounded by people who respect and appreciate you, that you are at peace with yourself. That is something no one can take from you. People who mistreat others often expect them to crumble. They assume their words, their betrayal, or their actions will break you. They want to see you stuck in pain, dwelling on what they did, unable to move forward. But when you rise above, when you refuse to be defined by what was done to you, You proved them wrong in the most powerful way possible. They expected you to fail, but instead you flourished. They thought they could keep you down, but you used their negativity as fuel to climb even higher. And the most beautiful part, you don't have to say a word. You don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to announce your success to them. Life will make sure they see it. One day, they will look around and realize that the person they underestimated, the person they mistreated, the person they thought would never make it, has become unstoppable. And by then, it will be too late for them to be part of your journey. But success is not just about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about showing yourself that you were always capable, always worthy, always enough. The challenges, the setbacks, the pain, they were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the life that was always meant for you. And through it all, you remain at peace. That is the real victory. True success is not just about external achievements. It's about inner fulfillment. When you reach a place where you no longer hold resentment, where you no longer seek validation from those who once hurt you, where you can genuinely say you are happy with who you are and where you're going, that is when you have truly won. So let go of the need to look back. Let go of the desire for payback. Focus on your growth, your dreams, your happiness. Because at the end of the day, nothing speaks louder than a life well lived. And that will always be the greatest response to those who never believed in you. Your strength was never in revenge. It was in rising above. Let life handle those who wronged you while you focus on success, peace, and joy. The best response is not in words, but in the life you build. Keep moving forward, because your greatness is the answer they never expected.